So fill up your cup as you listen in. Wake up in the morning with Shelly on WAPN. On WAPN. On WAPN.
Good Wednesday morning, the Worship Wednesday, halfway through the work week. I'm glad it is halfway through. I've got a couple projects that I'm dealing with today. Got up early this morning and came on into work and trying to get a few things done, trying to figure out how to help a pastor with some equipment need that so we can record. And I'm kind of bouncing some ideas back and forth, and I'm going to look up some stuff today. I like to do a problem solver. I like to do a project. I like to figure it out. I love it when God helps me. So I need God's wisdom and direction on how I can help this ministry, get me their files, and do it a different way. So pray about that. Yesterday was so exciting around here. Sorry, my throat's a little tired. We had a great business meeting in the morning, which started off the day great. And then we had Hum in here and all things that are happening at Hum, and very exciting to hear about that and the outreach they have. And they're in need of volunteers, and they got the fundraiser coming up with the bowls that are made by local students. So all things Hum was great yesterday. And then Council of Aging. And I was so excited about Council of Aging because I'm actually using their services right now for something. And it was just a wonderful thing to find out all the things that they have at Council of Aging, and talking about the volunteers and just talking about the programs. And so thoroughly enjoyed all that. And then to top it off, I went to lunch with a couple granddaughters. Yeah, and it was so funny because, I don't know, I was just starving yesterday. Do you have those days where you're just starving? And I think it's because I was on the radio for so many hours. So I called the granddaughters, went and grabbed them. We went to lunch, and it was funny because up pops up a year ago, we went to Dairy Queen at the same day. I must be that day that I'm super hungry, because it was just funny that I would drive after work and grab them and go do that. So great afternoon and just getting stuff done. And so, like I said, got up early this morning and trying to do a couple projects for a pastor. And, Wednesday is the catch-all day around here. I have to get a lot of stuff done, so I don't have to work the weekend. And I have like 30 things literally that I'm dealing with that I need prayer for, because they all are something different and unique that we're trying to do and trying to help. And so I haven't done them. And, I love learning, and I love learning new things, but a 30 like in one day is a little overwhelming, but we're going to get it. We are going to get it, and we're going to get it all together. But pray for me as I'm helping these different ministries, doing some problem solving and figuring out different ways to get their programs to me and different ways that we can do it. And so, easiest way too. I like to train people. So when I train them, I like to have it all figured out so that, it's not a learning curve for me. I've already got it down packed. And so I actually want to practice the files and all that. So just pray as I'm doing that. And then shout out to my friend Cuba. So proud of him yesterday. He was at a correctional center here in Florida giving his testimony, and that was just a blessing to see that, and how God is just moving in his life. So shout out to Cuba and all the things that you're doing, and praying for you and your ministry, and all things just be amazing and great, and God to open the best doors that need to be open and close the doors that need to be closed, and that you and Crystal's doing Bible studies, and it's just amazing how God is using you too, and very proud of you, and excited to see what God's going to do in your life. I love it when God just starts blessing and God starts opening the doors. And, I feel a lot like that here at WAPN over the last few years with all the nonprofits. It's a desire of my heart to get the nonprofits out there. And, it's so cool when they're coming in here and we're interviewing them. And it's stuff that I know about, or that I can use, or that will help somebody that I know. And so I just love it how God just weaves in and out things in your life, and seasons and reasons, and just different things that he does, and how he uses different people in your life for a season or more, and then others come in. And I just love it how God is constantly, I guess I looked at my granddaughter's hair yesterday, and she had this beautiful braid. And isn't that kind of how God does your life? He entwines things throughout when you have a need or when you can help somebody or whatever. He's constantly doing it. And so very thankful what God is doing here at WAPN. Very thankful what he's doing in my life. Very thankful all things. And so, when you see somebody that is stepping out, pray for them, encourage them, and, just like them or whatever they need to do just to let them know that you're praying for them. That's so important to have people standing behind you and praying for you. This week is Bike Week. It starts on Friday. So for the next 10 days, we will have, extra couple 100,000 people in our town. So you need to remember to not pull out in front of the bikes, look 3 times before you're changing lanes. Bikers, there is no third lane on Ridgewood. So y'all need to be courteous also. Get out and enjoy it. That's a lot of money that comes into our town this next 10 days and lots of great food and great things to go see and different events going on all over town. So either participate or stay home. But I love the boom boom of the motorcycles everywhere. I love the smell of leather. I love all the barbecue stands everywhere. It is just a great 10 days, and I hope and pray that the weather is going to be gorgeous. I know it's kicking off with rain this weekend, but then I'm believing it's going to clear up and be gorgeous the rest of the time they're here. So that's going on. And Friday, we have the big food drop at Calvary Christian Center up in Granada. And if you can volunteer, we need like 100, 150 volunteers. And so if you could only come for an hour or 4 hours, that would be awesome. Starts at 9 o'clock with the volunteers. We'll find something you can do. And so can't say you're too old or too young because we can find something for you to do. And then the drop starts actually at 11, goes about a couple hours, a couple hundred people are served. And so if you could be part of that, please just come on out to Calvary at 9 o'clock. If you're in need of food, go ahead and get, you're going left if you're volunteering, you're going right if you are in need of food. And shout out to Daytona Dream Center and all the hard work they do in this community and all the things they do in this community. And Second Harvest Food Bank, how they bring that big semi and offload it, and just what a blessing to our community. I mean, thousands and thousands of pounds of food go back into this community. So shout out to them. Please come out and volunteer, or if you're in need of food, please get in line. So hopefully it's first come, first serve that we can serve you and help your family out. So those are a couple things that are going on this coming week. If you got stuff going on or you know about stuff, send me over a flyer, WAPN at WAPN.net. I would love to get a flyer. Let me know what's going on so I can share that with the neighborhood and share it on social media. Social media is such a great tool. I love it. Like yesterday, we can have these interviewers in here, and around the world, people are hearing about these organizations because we have so many people that come in and out of Florida, and there's such great opportunities to help people and volunteer and donate and participate. So I love that, and just thankful that we can use the airwaves to be a blessing in our community. And, we were talking about Meals on Wheels yesterday, and what a blessing that is. And it is a well-oiled machine. And the volunteers are just amazing that volunteer for that. I mean, I want to go see how it all works. I found out yesterday how some of it works, but I would love to just go see how it all comes together. I'm a person that likes all the details, has lots of questions. And one day, who knows, I might be delivering Meals on Wheels. My goal when I was younger, I wanted to be a pink lady. And I feel like I am a pink lady on steroids by using the airwaves to, get the word out there. But I do love to volunteer. I think that is a servant heart is something very important. And I think that when people say, well, I can't volunteer, I don't have time. We all have an hour a month. If you have 1 hour a month and you give it to volunteering, your life will change. It really will. It's just something that I think that people don't think that if they can't do a lot, they can't do it at all. But an hour can make such a huge difference in a 501c3. Just coming out on Friday and maybe helping load carrots or whatever for an hour, bag or whatever, for even an hour, or coming out at the end and helping clean up or whatever it is. That makes a difference because it takes an army to pull off these different events, and it takes an army to make it happen. And so don't think that your hour isn't important. I encourage you to find a place to volunteer, and it will be life-changing for you and for the organization. And, I love it when people bring their kids. I know that we've had the first graders out there a few times. And, at first it's like frustrating a little bit because, you got to stay right with them and all. But when you see how excited they get filling up the bag or counting the potatoes or whatever the item is, and they're high-fiving and they're dancing around, and wow, the joy of the Lord at a first grade level to volunteer. And if they just keep that spirit in their lives and continue that throughout their days, can you imagine the world that can be changed ahead of us? Talking about life changing, can you imagine being one of the hockey players for the United States, the men's hockey team? Was at the White House yesterday having lunch, and then they were at the big event last night. But just to see everybody so excited, and it's been 46 years to the day, and they won the gold, and I loved it. President had the gold medal on. He goes, "I'm not giving this back," and I thought, how cool is that to just get a gold medal and represent and be so proud to be an American. It was so neat to see them and hear their testimonies and how much they love America and how much they love hockey. And so what a great story. There's been several wonderful during this winter season of the Olympics. I've enjoyed it so much. And praying for the people that got hurt. Several got hurt pretty bad in the skiing accidents and stuff, and life-changing hurt injuries. And so pray for them. But, we live in an amazing country. And so proud to be an American, and so proud to see, the different things that are happening right now. And so pray for our country, pray for the people in leadership, pray for our police officers, pray for our firemen. We had this big brush fire here in town, and all the people that were out there and protecting the homes, and, the things that they were doing. And we are just blessed to live in a country that has opportunities and has different things that we take for granted. Visit another country and you'll come back and go, wow, 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 wow. We have a lot of opportunities here, and very thankful and proud to be able to be a praying country. A lot of people ask me, well, do you get grants for this or grants for... No, I do not. We are listener supported and supported by the ministries of WAPN because I don't want to compromise. I don't want to say that, to get that grant, we won't have prayer line. I love prayer line. I think prayer line is a very vital, important part of WAPN. And so I won't take a grant to get rid of prayer line. And so God provides for WAPN. And if you've ever thought about donating to WAPN, you can come on by the radio station, 1508 State Avenue, right here in Holly Hill. If I'm not here, there is a mail drop on the door. You can leave your dollars, your fives, your hundreds, your thousands, whatever. Or you can go to our website, WAPN.net, and donate right there. But your dollars make a difference. They help with the over and above of WAPN. When equipment gets broken, when equipment needs to be upgraded. It seems like every time I turn around these last week and a half, something is either need to be upgraded or broken or whatever. And so thank you for everybody that does donate. Thank you for all the monthly partners of WAPN. We really appreciate you. And that's how we stay on the air. And maybe you've thought, well, I'd love to come on the air. I'd like to do a show about this, or I'd like to do this. Give me a call or text me, or, email me is the best, WAPN@WAPN.net. Then I can reach back out to you early in the morning when I come in, and we can get together and get you on the air. That easy. I'd love to get you started on WAPN. Well, let's get our favor on. Let's get this Wednesday going. Don't ever think that you can't go any farther. God wants to do more than you could ever ask or think. He's always constantly giving you fresh ideas and pushing you forward and giving you an opportunity to do things. So be bold. And when he offers you an idea, go for it. You never know. There's nothing wrong with going for it. Well, it is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. We're going to hit 70 today. Woohoo! And a low of 36. Madison, 69 with a low of 36. If it's your birthday, happy 40th birthday to Jen. I've known Jen for, I was trying to think how long I've known her now. At least 10 years. And so happy 40th. I hope you have a wonderful, great day, and this is the best day ever. Happy birthday to Karen and Tammy and Linda and everybody else celebrating a birthday, anniversary, whatever you're celebrating. Today is National Covered Chocolate Nuts. I probably like almonds are my favorite, but that is a big thing. It's a great way to get your dark chocolate in and get your nuts in. So it's a great way to do that. So, I love me some food, and I love every morning when I think of all this food, I could just eat it all. So I'm going to go get busy, do another project before my next account gets here. Y'all